We are in Devo number 2 called The Arms, and today's topic, or the title, is called Everlasting. One of the tribes of Israel was called Asher. The territory of Asher has always been known for its vast olive groves, and the lesson of the prophecy is that Asher would be blessed with abundance that he would then share with others. And you can read all about Asher in Deuteronomy 33. It says he was a most blessed son and favored. And in verse 37, it says, there's no one like God who rides across heaven to help on the clouds in his majesty. I kind of visualize Ben-Hur with that passage. The next verse says, the eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. He will drive out your enemies before you and destroy them. Then it says Israel will live in safety and be secure, a people saved by the Lord, because the Lord is a shield and a helper. So what's the big significance of everlasting arms? It's a comforting thought, but there's a lot more to it. First of all, God and his arms are never separated. When he's with us, his arms are there as well. His heart is for us. That's not so with humans. He doesn't hold us one day and drop us the next. There's never any separation between his heart for us and his arms for us. It doesn't depend on a whim, or if we throw a tantrum, he doesn't threaten to drop us. His arms are everlasting and connected to his heart, and that's who he is. John 10:28 says that no one can be snatched from his arms. They're secure and they're everlasting. There's a book I read with little toddler camp, and it's all about using hands for good, and one page says, we don't snatch. Camp has latched onto that word quickly and says it when I turn to that page, because snatching's bad according to the children's book. It's taking that which belongs to another and grabbing it for ourselves, which is quite rude. No one can snatch us or take us away from our Father's arms. He's near, his arms are underneath us, holding us everlasting. Another aspect of his arms being everlasting and underneath us is that we cannot sink below his clasp. In another verse it says, neither life nor death, nor things present or things to come can separate us from him. When his arms are underneath us, we're part of his being, and his arms never unfold to offer us to another for destruction. His arms don't suddenly drop us in a panic because fear is on the horizon. His arms don't openly show us to those that want to destroy us or taunt us. They're underneath us, embracing us, and they're a permanent fixture around us. There's nothing or no one that can offer us this same security of being everlastingly held. Even the best of friends have to let go of embraces. Children let go of their parents' hands at a young age, and we let go of them as they enter the adult world. Riches and things might seem like they hold us secure, but we know they can be snatched away in an instant through theft, fire, mismanagement, etc. The only everlasting arms are those of our God, and it's important that we grasp, no pun intended, this character of God. When we feel as though the earth has shifted beneath our feet, sinking sand is pulling us under, and all gives way underneath, there they are, his arms. Have you ever lived in a house with a cracked foundation? I have. It ruined the value of our home, created angst in our minds, and it was a huge disappointment because we realized the ground beneath our home was ever shifting. But regarding his everlasting arms, we have this assurance from a piece of a sermon by Spurgeon. It says this, by him all things consist. There are no forces apart from God's power, no existences apart from his will. He bears up the pillars of the universe. He alone spreads out the heavens, treads the ways of the sea. He's the foundation of creation, the fountain and source of being, the root and basement of existence. Underneath everything are these everlasting arms. You might lie down to sleep in peace when underneath you are everlasting arms. Your spirit might be filled with composure and become indifferent toward trials when you're in his everlasting arms. Blow the winds, toss the waves. We cannot sink, and even if we sink, we cannot sink into destruction. We would only drop into the Father's hand. For underneath a sinking vessel are these everlasting arms. Let the earth reel with earthquake, open her wide mouth to swallow us up. We need not fear to descend into the dreariest gulf, because underneath are his everlasting arms. What a fullness of rest this secures to the believing people of God. Aren't you encouraged about his everlasting arms? I certainly am.